Hey guys, so for today's video, I decided to make a video that is how to get over a breakup. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably going to relate this to my situation, but I mean, my situation is just, my situation, and I don't want to bring this into a video, so I mean, a lot of it is going to relate, and a lot of it is going to make sense. I'm just talking in general because there's a lot of people that message me on Instagram or Twitter or through my Facebook page, and you can all follow me down below if you ever have any questions for me. The number one thing that I get questions on is how to get over a breakup, how to move on, how to be strong, how to be this, how to be that. I just decided, hey, Allie, just make a video about it because I love replying to you guys and everything, but some days I just want to be like, hey, there's a video you can watch. It's so more in depth and more than I can type right now. So that's what I'm doing today. So this video is going to be on everything on how to get over a breakup. Yeah. The number one tip you want to do is just to learn to accept it. Learning to accept that the person that you love or that you care about, that they just don't want to be with you anymore, is probably the number one thing that you should do. Accepting a breakup is probably the hardest thing you can do, but some days you just have to do it and you just have to accept that it's over, it's done, and there's probably nothing more that you can do about it. No matter how much you want to talk to the person and explain things, and maybe it was your fault and you want to say you're so sorry and you want to say that it's your fault and you want to try again and you feel so bad, or if it's the other way around and they broke up with you and you just want to do anything and everything that you can do to be with them and to care about them more if you weren't, anything like that. If you're on either side of the spectrum, you just need to accept it and move on. It's going to be the hardest thing to do, and you just need to do it because then in life it's just gonna bring so much more happiness to you and you're gonna be so much more happier in life. Doing it in the first maybe few months is really tough and really hard because all you want to do is talk to them, and all you want to do is like go see their family and talk to his family and just be everywhere that he is, that you can run into him just so that he can notice you, and you might have like changed your hair and you want them to see it, or you wore more makeup, or you're just laying it casual, or you look really good that day and you want to just see them and run into them. Don't do that whatsoever. It's so hard not to, and it's so hard not to think about, ooh, maybe he'll see me, maybe I should do this. So please don't do that. Just accept it and try to find the acceptance to move on. The second tip is to don't rebound whatsoever. If you don't understand what rebounding is because you might be too young or you've never been through it or had to go through it, rebounding is when you just got out of a relationship and then you pretty much just take all your exact feelings that you're feeling for love and hope and faithfulness and loyalty, and you go ahead and just shove it and push it into another person. Rebounding is not a good thing to do because all you're going to do is just either hurt yourself inside, and you're also going to be probably hurting that other person knowing that they're a rebound. It makes me really sad when I find out friends were rebounds, or they're going to rebound, or a past relationship that you were in is rebounding, because that's not fair to you that's been broken up with, and it's not fair to that person themselves, and it's not fair to that person that's getting rebounded. And I feel like you need to learn to accept yourself by yourself and not having to be excited and happy about everything all the time, and you don't always have to have somebody on your arms all the time because that just is not healthy. You might see those people that always bounce to every girl or every guy that they can once to get out of a relationship because they don't know what to do. They don't know how to accept themselves, and they don't know how to be alone. So that's where their problem is. They just keep bouncing to the next person, to the next. Even if it was somebody that they previously dated a few years ago, they know that they can ring them back in, so that's the reason why they want to go with somebody else, or that's why they'll just go with a rebound, because they know that, hey, I just need to be in a relationship because I need to have that fulfillment, I need to have that excitement, I need to have that love again in my life. So don't be a rebound. That wasn't right. Don't rebound. That's probably the worst thing that you could do to somebody ever in your life. number 3, if it's not done already or if you need to do it, then delete and block the person. Deleting and blocking someone that you used to love over Facebook or any social media that is there out there that you follow each other on is so hard to do, and you don't want to do it. But like I said, if it is needed, then you need to do it. If you're seeing something that's making you upset and hurting your feelings and something you wish you just didn't see because you're having such a good day, then you need to block and delete them. That's probably the only way that you're ever going to move on from a situation and from a relationship that you don't want to be in anymore, or that you just can't be in anymore because you guys are too toxic for each other. You need to delete them, block them, delete their family. If you see posts that their family makes, you need to do whatever you need to do to move on, because that's the only thing that's going to help you. Trust me, I've learned that in the long run, and I learned that the hard way. So it is just easier to take that person completely out of your life, because then you will know that you won't see anything that might pop up, or no one will tell you anything because you deleted them or blocked them or deleted their number, so they can't have any contact with you. And you can just feel better about yourself all the way around, because then it'll be easier to get over them. Tip number 4 is to not badmouth or don't talk rude about your ex. If you're going to badmouth somebody over social media, I just recommend not doing it at all. It is not going to help you in the long run, and if you ever want to be friends or at least try to be civil or acquaintances with your ex at one time, not recently, like if you guys broke up, you want to do that. That is, I don't think you guys should try to be civil right after a breakup, because then you guys might get feelings attached again, and you might be feeling each other again and wanting to be with each other again, and you guys might get back together. Yes, that's a great thing. You guys got back together. Wow, you worked on things. But then after that breakup, it is 20 times worse. Let me just tell you, because I've been through it. And so, what was my topic on again? Oh, don't badmouth. Wow, that got way off topic. But don't badmouth the person, because then they're just going to badmouth you back, and they might be telling one of their acquaintances or people that they talk to, and then they're going to say rude and mean things to those people, and then thinking that you're a bad person and that you are just mean in general, and they're always going to talk crap on you because you guys aren't together anymore. So just don't badmouth at all. It's not fun. It's not cool. Just don't do it. If you see your ex badmouthing you, then all you're wanting to going to what to do. All you're gonna want to do. All you're gonna want to you're badmouthing your ex, all you're going to want to do is badmouth them back, and then it's just a huge fight and other people get into it, and it's just bad. So I would just leave the bad mouthing out of everything, because it just only gets better for you. And even if you do see them talking crap on, you don't even have to act like you even seen it. You don't have to act like you even follow them anymore. You just do you. You be whoever you want to be, and you just kind of ignore it. Tip number 5 is don't talk to their friends or family. I know it's really hard to not try to talk to his or hers friends or family again, because you guys had such a great bond, I'm hoping, for the time that you guys were together, and all you want to do is talk to them and have them talk to your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend and just get the real raw reason on why you guys broke up. But then once your family agrees, like, oh yeah, sure, I'll talk to them, or I'll talk to him or her, actually say something to them, they're just going to get even more frustrated, because then they're going to think that you talked to them. It's going to make them more pissed off, and then they're going to want to come at you and yell at you about everything, and you just wanted to get down to why you guys broke up. Or if you're asking his friends or family where he's at, or if he's hanging out with them or anything, they're going to tell them, because even if you say, don't tell them I asked, they're going to tell them. Trust me. I've been there, done that. A lot of these situations, I've been there, done that. So I just want to help you to make it easier on you, so you don't make mistakes that I did the few times that it happened to me. Don't be that ex-girlfriend that has to be friends with his sisters or brothers and still try to be like, oh, well, I'm friends with them, so don't think that I can't come over anymore. No, that's not how it works. And I kind of feel like a hypocrite about it, because I did do that. But this time around and all other relationships that I will get into, that's not going to happen because that's not fair to both of you. Tip number 6 is to just cry. If you have to cry because you are upset, then just cry. Even if you don't feel like crying and you just don't know what else to do and you're just staring blankly at a wall or just staring off into space or driving, at least try to pull over. But if you're just doing something and you just keep thinking about something that reminds you of them, then just cry. Cry as much as you need to. Get to your friends and cry with them and let them be a shoulder to cry on, and just do whatever you need to do to get all of those emotions out, get all of those tears out, and just let it all out and just do whatever you need to do to not think about them anymore. There's a lot of people that still cry every day over their exes, even they know they might be with somebody else. But if you really just want to keep moving forward, you gotta stop yourself from crying sometimes. Just knowing if it's unnecessary to do it, just don't. But if you know that it's necessary and it was just after a breakup, then do as much crying as you want to. Tip number 7 is to become a better you. And by becoming a better you, I mean as in maybe change your hair up, maybe do something different with your makeup every day, maybe start a YouTube channel to express your feelings about things, change up your wardrobe if you want to, go get in shape. That's probably one of the best things that you can do, is go get into shape, because then if you do end up running into them, they're going to be like, oh my god, wow, she looks amazing, she looks great, like what has she been doing, like oh my gosh. And then they might be thinking, I should have never broken up with her, and this and that, and one might lead to another, and then they might want you back, and then you can be like, no, because I followed Allie's tips on YouTube and I don't want you back because I'm over you. But yes, just become a better you. Maybe start reading more, start doing things that maybe your ex didn't like and you really, really loved doing it and they were just not fond of it. Go do it. Go hang out with friends. Go do whatever you want. Just be a better you, because you don't have anybody tying you down. You don't have anybody telling you what to do. If your relationship was controlling, you can do whatever you want. Just become a better you. Tip number 8 is to start doing some dating. You might not be ready for it, and you might not want to hear the word dating again, especially if you just got out of a long-term relationship or a relationship that really, really meant something to you. Now, why I have this tip in here is because when you're dating, you're not thinking about them. You're not thinking about the memories that you guys used to have. You're not thinking about all the possibilities and all the scenarios that might happen in your head that you wish would happen. You're out dating, you're out getting to know other people, you're wanting to get to know other people. So that's probably a good way to move on and a good way to meet new people. Tip number 9 is, if you need help, go get it. I mean by that is, if you're feeling depressed or you're feeling very upset with yourself, or you're not just feeling like yourself, or you feel like you don't belong in this world anymore, go get help. And I'm not saying that because I've seen some of my friends go through something like that. I'm saying that as in I've kind of been in that situation that I feel like, oh, no one's ever going to love me again as much as they did, and I'm never going to love anybody again as much as I loved them, and nothing's ever going to work out, and there's only ever one person that was in my life, and I want to be with them, and there's nobody else out there for me. You don't have to feel like that. And if you are feeling like that, and you are feeling depressed, you feel like you can't get out of the house, you feel like you can't communicate with friends, you feel like you just can't do whatever that you used to do before you met them, and then I would go seek some help. I know some people, girls and guys, that were on antidepressant pills, not for that long, but just so they can like kick back up to how they used to be, and they didn't have to stay on it for long, just to get them right back on track, because they might be feeling sad about it or depressed or upset about it. So they just use those just to kind of help. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to get on antidepressant, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing to get on like an anxiety pill or anything, because I know I have anxiety about a lot of things. So it really does help, and it might help you, so you never know. So if you are feeling that way after a breakup or after even any situation, I would go seek some help. And my number 10 tip is to never get back with them. And I know no one ever wants to hear this, and no one wants to ever say it, but you should never get back with one of your exes. And again, I kind of sound like a hypocrite like that, but I know a lot of you know about my situation and how it was handled. But sometimes, I'm not saying you have to follow this tip and you have to follow this rule, but if your ex is wanting to get back with you because, oh, I miss this, I miss that, I miss the way we would do things, I miss the way you acted with my family, I miss your kisses, I miss your hugs, I miss your scent, I miss your everything, and I just want you back. Following all of these tips that I've told you, you would have enough strength to be like, hold on. Just because something didn't work out with you with your rebound doesn't mean you can come back to me and think everything's okay. You can't come back to me and act like, oh, okay, maybe you do want me. Like, maybe like, okay, cool, like, you do want me back. Like, I am everything that you want. But they are only saying that because whatever they had before wasn't like you. You wouldn't do things like they would do, and you just weren't them pretty much, obviously. So they just want you back and they want to be with you. So that's why usually exes always keep running back to the person that they were in love with. And I laugh at myself because I look back today and I'm like, why? Like, why did I do that? But I'm not saying that I regretted any time that I spent with that person. I don't regret the memories that we made. I just wish I had more knowledge on who I was making those memories with. And they say love never fails. So if it fails, it wasn't love. And so that should help you on moving on and making yourself feel better. So, I mean, I'm not saying people can't get second chances, and I'm not saying people do feel bad for the mistakes that they made, but if it is countless times that you keep getting back together with each other, then you should know that it's not right, it's not healthy for both of you, it's too toxic for both of you. So you need to understand that maybe you guys just aren't meant to be together as many times as you try, because you want to try so hard, but then you trying so hard is just making you guys worse, and then you guys get into more fights, and then you guys just start not getting along, and people change, and people are different. They're not as how they used to be, and they're not as how you used to know them. So in my knowledge and my experience, I should just say don't ever get back with them because they are an ex for a reason. And I mean, again, I believe in second chances, but I shouldn't believe in third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, a million chances, because that's how I work, and I believe really in the good in everybody, and I try to prove the person that I love is good even though they might have done me wrong, and that's how other people can get too, just because you're so wrapped up in who you thought they were and who you wish they were, so you want to prove to everybody that they are that person even though they're not anymore.
I said some good freaking tips in this video, and that is literally just coming from my mind and coming from my knowledge. It's kind of crazy.
But I mean, you learn your lesson. My lesson is very much learned, and yes, some nights I do cry. Yes, some nights I do think on what something and could be different, and I think of what could happen now if some things didn't happen. But you can't change the past, and that's the number one thing you have to think. Even though they say the past is the past and you can't remember the past, but you can't change it, and how you felt in the past is how you felt, and again, you can't change how you felt before, and that should have an impact on how you feel now about that person because how they treated you in the past.
My nose is so itchy that whole time, and I tried so hard not to itch it.
And for my final thoughts, you kind of just want to realize the good and the bad that you had in your relationship. And if the bad weighs out the good, then you know that it's just no good anymore, and you should never want to be with that person again. Oh my god, my nose. I just got like an itching. And no matter how much you might miss that person and might miss the things that you do with them, might miss the little sports that you would go cheer them on at, or the places that you would go with them, you just can't. You just kind of have to accept what is, and move on. You will meet someone that is so much better for you and might treat you so much better than they ever did. You might not think that now because you believe that they treated you the best of the best, but you will find someone that opens the door for you every single time, that will give you flowers randomly and all the time, and will just do the unthinkable which you wish that your ex would do for you. So there will be someone out there. There's someone out there for everybody. Maybe there's not, maybe there is, but usually, and what people tell me, there's someone out there for everybody. So I just want you guys to be happy and understand the difficulties in life and the struggles in life, because trust me, there are worse struggles out there that people are going through. So don't think this is the end of the world because your ex doesn't love you anymore and doesn't want to be with you anymore. Again, learned that the hard way. Oh my god. Okay. Alright guys, so thank you for sitting down and watching this whole video. And if it helped you, please give it a like and give it a subscribe to me so you don't ever get to miss one of my videos that get to be posted. And like I said earlier, you can follow me down in the down bar. My links are all down there. My Facebook page, my Twitter, my Instagram. I also have my Snapchat down there. So if you can relate to this video, leave your stories down below. Let me know how you guys got over a breakup, how you guys are dealing with it, or just leave stories down below on how you feel. I would love to read them and I would love to reply to them. Extra personal, you can go ahead and message me over Instagram because that's probably the best way that you can get to me personally. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and do that because I would really appreciate that. And again, give this video a like if you can relate. Wow, look at my thumb. Thanks again, guys, for sitting down and watching this whole video and listening to me talk about some tips. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!